Yo, what's up, guys? Joe here. I am at the end of Nofap day 15, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. 15 days, that's significant. Like, a lot of times I tend to go 3, 5 days, and then I give in and I start binging. So, 15 days, it's not home free by any stretch, but I feel like I've made some progress. But even today, 15 days in, it's like triggers are everywhere. Especially if you spend time on the internet, just forget about it. I'm on some random site, just looking at something completely innocent, and I scroll down to the bottom of the page, and there's just ads with all these just attractive women in skimpy outfits. I shut it down pretty quick, but when you when you have all this pent up energy, in a way you can almost get triggered more easily because you have all this energy. And it made me start to think that when nofap's easy, it's easy. And when you get in a good rhythm, maybe you can go a whole week and you barely have any urges, and that's great. But when it's hard, it's the hardest thing in the world. And doing nofap when you have an urge, when you have a truly powerful temptation, is harder than, I would say, almost anything, any other challenge that you might encounter in day-to-day life. Nofap is extremely difficult. It's one of the hardest things you can do. Essentially, what you're attempting to do is master your own sexuality. And when your sexuality is fucked up, when your sexuality is rooted in just years of porn use, then for you to overcome that, that is not an easy thing to do. And I think, you can go a few days, maybe you can go a week, but then you'll find that when the real cravings hit, you just can't do it. And this is what I found time and time again, that, I can go a week, but I'm at 15 days now, and for me that's pretty good. But normally this is where I start to break down, and this is where I start to give in. And, whew, I don't want to be back on day one again, you know? And I am noticing benefits. I am noticing many benefits. For example, I am seriously considering starting my own business. And I'm on the verge of making a significant financial investment in that. And I know that if I were fapping to porn, then I wouldn't have been doing that. And that's the thing. When you're on nofap, like, you have all this energy, and if you don't find a meaningful way to channel that energy into something that is important to you, then there's going to be this vacuum that you have to fill it with something, and if you're not filling it, then that just creates space for pornography to creep back in. So we got to think big. One of the nofap guys I've been watching the most is Ajax Unchained. Shout out to him because, he's helped me a lot. I find his videos really useful and really inspiring. He's one of the best I've seen, so anyways, I think he's just getting started, and I hope I'm right about that. But he says we need to rise. That's how he says it. And I think basically what he's trying to say is we got to think big, and we got to do big things in our life, and we have to pursue our dreams, and every day we have to make a decision. What am I going to do today? Am I just going to try to be comfortable? Am I just going to try to get just am I trying to just get stimulated by pointless activities, or am I going to fight? Am I going to fight for my dreams? And that's the thing. Every time I have an urge while on Nofap, and I just get a really strong urge, and I worry that I might relapse. Whenever that happens at that moment, I am not fighting. I'm not fighting for the life that I want, because when I'm fighting, when I'm going for a run, when I am cleaning my house, when I'm going out to meet girls, when I'm spending time with friends and family, when I'm doing things that are meaningful to me and I'm fighting for the life that I want, the idea of porn doesn't even occur to me as something that I should do. And I'm perfectly aware of the fact that it is not in line with what I'm trying to accomplish. But when we're not fighting, when we start to get comfortable, when we're just laying around, when we're just on the computer and we're just chilling, that's when the urge creeps in. And that's when you will fall to it time and time again. I mean, I have relapsed certainly over 50 times, I would say. And that's when it happened. When I wasn't fighting, when I didn't have the bigger picture in mind, when I was just chilling, when I was just relaxing, and I was no match. So Nofap is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. If you want to achieve a long streak, like if you want to go 30 days, 50 days, 100 days on Nofap, particularly hard mode, which that's what I'm doing as of now. If you're going to achieve those long streaks, like, you better be ready to feel some pain. You better be ready to be out of your comfort zone. And you better really buy into your larger vision of life so that it keeps you motivated. Like, you better be ready to work. You better be ready to ready to fight every day. And then, so the next thing that I would like to address is the idea, I think this is a common theme for many guys on Nofap, is trying to meet women. And what I would like to say to you is that as a man, your desire for sex is probably the most powerful force within you. Right, and yes, it can be transmuted into other areas of life, and that's what we attempt to do while we're on Nofap, but that doesn't change the fact that your drive to get laid is the most powerful force within you. It's essentially the energy of life. And I would like to propose a hypothesis to you guys. And that's that if you haven't been laid in a long time, if you struggle to meet women, if you're watching porn, you are not using the most powerful energy within you in the way that it was meant to be used, which is the pursuit of real women. So you are stifling that force, but if you let that force flow in your life, free of the shackles of pornography, what are the odds that in 365 days of Nofap hard mode, what are the odds that you don't meet a girl during that time with all of that focus and energy and drive that you can use to go out and meet women, and the killer instinct that comes from having that true divine energy within you? Like, what are the odds that you won't get laid if you do Nofap hard mode for 365 days? But let me now ask you another question. If you keep watching porn and you haven't been laid in 2 years, right? If you haven't been laid in 2 years and you keep watching porn, what are for all what on a weekly basis, let's say, for the next 365 days, what are the odds that you don't get laid during those 365 days? They're pretty high. Pretty high. So if you want to meet women, you need to learn, you need to overcome this thing that is just preventing you from channeling your energy towards meeting women. So that's where I'm at now. And what I do want to use Nofap to meet women, because that is something that I struggle with. But, like, I'm on day 15 now, and I just gotta keep fighting. And that's what we all gotta do. We gotta fight. We gotta fight for what we want. We can't get comfortable. When we get comfortable, that's when we're no match for the urges. Alright, I'm gonna go for a 2-mile run now, so I will wrap this video up. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of it. Feel free to leave me a comment. Alright, until next time.